Well, good evening, my friends. What is up? It's your friend and pal Seth. My pronouns are he and they. I want to welcome you into your evening inspiration, your evening inspiration video for the day. If we're keeping track of the number, and guess what we are, because that's what we do. It is video number 115, 115. I so seriously cannot believe that. So, I hope that you are doing well. And since this is the evening inspiration video, I hope you have had an amazing day. At the time of this recording, it is Saturday. So I hope, and I always call Saturdays self-care Saturdays. So I hope that you have had a Saturday full of self-care. You've been able to do what you need to for your own self-care today as well. So without further ado, let us jump into the evening inspiration video. So um, if you kind of recall, if you've seen the video actually that I did last Saturday, one of the things that I actually brought up was I started talking a little bit about personal medicine. The fact is, if you've seen a lot of my other videos, I'm a personal medicine wellness coach, a certified personal medicine wellness coach. Which is so freaking amazing. And I know that I had kind of brought up personal medicine a little bit in last Saturday's video, but I wanted to delve into it just a little bit more in this evening inspiration video, actually, by kind of giving you an example of something that I had actually been going through on a kind of the past couple of days. So, uh, for those of you that do not know, this coming week is the Department of Behavioral Health and Department or Division Services. They have a Office of Recovery conference actually. So it's a recovery conference, a Virginia recovery conference that is actually coming up. It's 2 days. It's this coming Tuesday and Wednesday, the 26th and the 27th of August. And everything. And I had submitted a workshop, just kind of one of those things kind of out of the blue. I just decided to submit a workshop proposal to actually be able to present at this conference. Not actually really thinking that I would get it. It was more just I wanted to, because it's for peers, for those that are peer recovery specialists and everything. So I figured I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. Lo and behold, I got it. And they'd want me to, and they said, your workshop's been approved. I was like, yes, oh my God, I can't believe it. So I've been like so freaking excited and on a high for the past, I don't know, past couple months. However, as it has neared closer to actually me getting to actually present and do my workshop and everything, those fears have come in, those negative thoughts and those limiting beliefs have come in. And this was kind of something that happened to me a lot, similarly about 2 years ago when I did my first ever workshop at a Pathways to Wellness conference that was local. And everything. I started kind of doubting myself and having a lot of negative thoughts and comparing myself to a lot of the other presenters, a lot of the other speakers, and the workshop facilitator. So for me, I've been having just a lot of negative thoughts, and a lot of my negative thoughts have been centered around what value can I bring to people. I don't have what it takes to present at a conference of this caliber. What if this? What if that? All these what ifs and, woulda, shoulda, couldas, pretty much, and all that. So I've just been having just a lot of these kind of negative thoughts and everything for me. So what I decided to do as a personal medicine wellness coach, I decided to delve into some personal medicine and figure out a way to kind of help me with a lot of these negative thoughts that I've been having and everything. Now, what personal medicine is personal medicine focuses on literally on what we do to feel better and not actually what we take. So it doesn't necessarily focus on the medication aspect. This, what personal medicine does is it focuses on literally the things that we do in order to feel better. It comes again from our own inner wisdom. So, in other words, we could get a list of coping skills to do or anything from, a therapist or a counselor or something, and everything. They say, "Oh, try this, try this, try this." And we're like, "Okay, that becomes a coping skill." But once you actually personalize it and you ask yourself the question of what do I do to feel better and how does it help me, and you actually start to personalize it, and through your own inner wisdom, you find, oh, this is something that works for me at this time of day or at this time of day, or it helps me to calm my anxiety. It helps to calm my negative thoughts. Something that you actually do, that's when it becomes personal medicine. So, for that reason, what I wanted to do is actually I wanted to kind of share my screen and show you something that I've actually have been doing that really, really helped with a lot of these negative thoughts that I've been having. And one of the things that we have inside of personal medicine are what are called personal medicine cards. Now, these personal medicine cards they kind of help individuals and help us kind of expand our own unique personal medicine and learn new strategies actually for managing many challenges that emerge during our journey of recovery. All right. So, as I said, they are called personal medicine cards, pretty much. And I want to actually show you what one of them looks like. So, let me just do this here. Okay. So, these are actually the personal medicine cards for negative thinking. So there are like sets of personal medicine cards. Like each category of cards, it contains about 10 to 20 cards for us to explore. And negative thinking is actually just one set of cards actually that they have. So on the front or the left side of the card, as you see, there's a generic strategy for managing any specific type of challenge. And again, at this instance, this is for negative thinking, right? So for this, it has pretty much, this thing of put things in perspective. So it says, when we feel anxious, depressed, or stressed out, our self-talk is likely to become extreme. For instance, we focus on the most negative parts of a situation, or we exaggerate the terrible things that might happen. Asking questions can help put things in perspective. All right. So again, this is something that's really, really powerful. So again, over here, we have a kind of generic strategy for any specific type of challenge. Now, on the other side of the card, as you see, there's a description of the strategy along with a place for us to actually personalize it. And that's, again, as I said, where the real power comes in. All right. So, and again, a lot of the strategies and everything on these cards and everything, they're not interventions. What they pretty much are jumping off points and conversation starters. So the way we personalize this is, again, this one is called, as I said, put things in perspective. It asks this question. So what is the worst thing that might happen? How likely is it the worst thing will happen? What is the best thing that might happen? And what will most likely happen? All right. So this is just an example, but I actually filled one out and I was actually able to kind of look through it and everything. So for me, in my particular scenario, so what is the worst thing that might happen? So I thought about it. I was like, people will hit my workshop. I'll get banned from coming to the recovery conference. My name will be passed around, and people won't want to work with me. I'll never get another opportunity to do another workshop ever again because this one will just be so awful and yada yada yada. So for me, that was kind of the worst case scenario, or me catastrophizing in my mind. So the next question is, how likely is it the worst thing will happen? Now, with all of that, if I really think about it, that's not really very likely at all. In my instance, because the thing is, I submitted this workshop and they said, yes, we would love you to actually present this. So it's like, okay, so they must see something in me that they like. They're like, okay, so, they're like, we want you to present this. So there we go. So the next question is, what is the best thing that might happen? So I wrote, folks will love my workshop, tell me how much they learned. This leads to other speaking opportunities and more open doors and trainings. So I think that's the best thing that might happen. Okay. So I then wrote, and then the next question was, what will most likely happen? So some will like my presentation and I will get some good feedback from folks, right? Because one of the things I actually have at the end of my workshop is a place for people to actually review it. And I ask them, how was their experience and everything. So again, this was actually something that really, really helped me in the moment in order to be able to do. So again, once I personalized this, again, this became kind of personal medicine for me. Now, again, what I did was I pretty much opened this, and these are pretty much all of the strategies, for inside of these personal medicine cards for negative thinking. There's put things in perspective. There's look for alternative explanations. There's eliminate the should, the could, the would. There's a lot. Feed the positive wolf. Again, these are just examples. Investigate my negative thought. All of that. Be the boss of my brain, which I also love. But the other thing that I really, really like is they also have just blank personal medicine cards, which I also really like too. So what you're able to do is you're able to actually kind of think of your own plan of something to do to actually help with your negative thoughts. Again, this is just for negative thinking. So I could say, as an example, I could say, like, for negative thinking, I say, I can, let's see, go for a walk around the block when negative thoughts start to happen. This helps me to get out of my head and into my body. And it helps me stay in the present moment. Something like that. Again, this is just an example. So what we also have here with these incredible personal medicine cards is we have these fidelity questions. What these fidelity questions do is they show us kind of, is my personal medicine powerful? So what this does, I'm just going to zoom this in. I'm not sure how well you can maybe see this. So I'm just going to kind of zoom this in just a little bit so you can actually see it. Hold up here. There we go. So it asks these 4 questions: is my personal medicine powerful? So the 4 questions asked for fidelity is it a specific activity and not a feeling or state of being? So again, I wrote what I was going to do. I was going to go for a walk around the block when negative thoughts start to happen. This helps me to get out of my head and into my body, and helps me to stay in the present moment. So yes, it is. Is it something I do now and not a future goal? Yes, it is. Is it, again, something I do, not something I take? Again, what personal medicine is about, what we do and not what we take. So yes. Does it say how it helps me? Say, yes, it does. It helps me to get out of my head, into my body, and it helps me to stay in the present moment. So there we go. So yes, right? So I have here, again, so what I could write is, my plan is, so what I could really do is just write this over here again. So that is my plan. So what I could do is just like a copy and paste this. So copy and then paste that right there. Or if I had maybe another plan, or, just, I could, take a walk around the block, when negative thoughts start to happen, and I'll only walk, this far, whatever. Again, a plan. So then what I would do is I would use this card for about a week and see if this strategy is something that helps me. And if it does, I would say, yes, it does help me, right? So then I would use this kind of as personal medicine for myself. Now, again, as time goes on, sometimes it may stop helping. It may not help anymore. That's just something that may happen. But if it does start to really not help me anymore, what I can do is I can always go and try another card, or formulate, another plan for myself, So I could go, no, I'll try another, or yes, it helps me. It helps me to stay in the present moment. It helps me, it helps my anxiety. It helps me to stay in the present moment, so I'm not thinking what's going to happen tomorrow or the next day or the next day. I just focus on the now. It helps me to realize and focus on what's in my control and what's not. What is in my control is, that I'm doing this conference and that I'm doing this workshop. What's not in my control is how others are going to feel about it, right? Because I can't control others. I can only control myself, right? So that is just, let me see, let me remove this here. So again, that's just a little bit of an intro. I just want to kind of give you a little bit more of an intro into what personal medicine is, and pretty much kind of how you can use it for a lot of what you may be going through. And again, it focuses again on what we do in order to feel better, and not necessarily on what we take. Okay, now again, it's not a substitution. Okay, I will never talk to someone and say, don't take your meds. Take your meds. If you're on prescription meds, take your meds. Okay, this is just a supplement. Okay, and when you have something that you do and something that you take, and then you're able to kind of do both of them together, and have like a symbiotic relationship with both of them. I think that's the word to use, symbiotic. I think it they're able to complement each other and work together. That's really where the power comes in. All right. So I just wanted to actually just go through that for your evening inspiration, your evening inspiration video. I definitely hope you got a lot out of this. And don't forget, in tomorrow's video, tomorrow is Sunday. Okay. So tomorrow we will be having a new week preview of what's going to be going on for next week inside of the incredible community of practice that I belong to. All right. So definitely be on the lookout for that video. And if you would like to know more about personal medicine, if you would like to maybe do a one-on-one with me, figure out some personal medicine for you, definitely let me know in the comments. Get with me on social media and everything. We can have a conversation. Okay, we can set out some time for each other. All right. So that will about do it for your evening inspiration. I will say, don't quit before the miracle happens, my babies. Find ways to keep moving forward because you're amazing. You're worth it. Let's join hands and do this together. All right. Thank you so much for watching your morning inspiration video. Stay positive, stay motivated, stay focused on your amazing, huge, big dreams and goals, my friends. Okay. Thank you so much. And I will see you. Hey, you cutie. I will see you in the morning inspiration video for tomorrow.